Hey guys, welcome on back. You see Goobert, my big boy, my big baby. I'm handsome. So, for today's video, we are going to be discussing the Mayhem ball and just how it was in general. Now, I did write down the set list from both nights so we can just kind of mosey on through it. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning on in, guys. Gooby and I do appreciate y'all. Oh, big boy, he's gonna lay down. Hi. What a sweet boy, big baby. The big baby. Now, I went to the first and last shows that she had in New York City. And I do know that she just, like today, as of me filming this, tickets are on sale for the extended leg, I guess is what it is. Now, I do know that she wasn't planning on doing a tour this year. It was probably going to be next anyways. So I think that's what this is. I don't know, but I ain't doing the whole Ticketmaster pre-sale war today. So I went... Again, the first and last show, one was in August, like August 22nd. And then the last one was September 7th or something like that, like a week ago. And both shows were pretty much exactly the same, except for the piano version and then the ending. She kind of has like a special song of the night. But diving on in, it opens up with The Art of Personal Chaos, the manifesto of Mayhem.
The mistress stands before me, eyes wide and full of wrath, her cane held in her right hand, on her left foot, a cast. Beware, she says, the chaos in your heart will never cease, until you find another way to harness what you seek. Her haunting tone, her restless speech, the music of her mouth, her screeching nails and inner life are like a storm. They are loud. At once in all her glory then, we both begin to dance. My head rolls back, my chest explodes, my hand begins to cramp. To not know any peace is the great nightmare for us all. To wake and feel unsettled in a house that has no walls. So I must sing and build the walls to cradle my own space, and my own sound will grow the fortress of a home erased, and her and I will find a way to live as dueling twins. But I will know if in the end, Mistress of Mayhem wins.
Now, some of Gaga's tours in the past haven't been necessarily the deepest. Usually she puts on like a really intricate story, like into the plot kind of structure of the tour. I specifically think of like Monster Ball or Born This Way Ball. Those ones are always going to be like so strong in my head for their art. And the other ones are good too. Y'all know I've been to every single show of hers except Born This Way Ball. My show got canceled. I've kind of been chasing that like ever since. And I would say Mayhem Ball is a very close second to like Monster Ball. It feels like we're returning to the Gaga we once had, you know? She got a little commercial there for a bit and she still is. But this one just felt much more truer to her as an artist. And it goes into talking about like kind of this ongoing conflict that she has within herself as an artist and as a celebrity, and that kind of pull between the two. I think that's kind of what like Mother Mayhem represents, is this divide or a shift, a departure from who we are as individuals versus who we are as artists. Act 1 begins. It is like 4 or 5 act show, and Act 1 is titled Of Velvet and Vice. Now, this intro is probably her strongest tour intro yet. Again, besides Monster Ball, because nothing is going to beat her coming out to Dance in the Dark. You know what I mean? That first part of the Monster Ball just really gets you ready. This does too. We open up with Bloody Mary, a favorite.
Love is just a history that they may prove, and when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you and Paul just cause to kill the king upon his throne. I'm ready for the stones.
Also, mind you, I have been seeing some criticism that like this feels not Gaga. This tour, I think, is specifically tied into Wednesday and her involvement with that. So that's why. Bloody Mary is shortened though, and it has a alternative operatic version, which is super fun.
I'll dance, dance, dance with my hands above my head, like Jesus said. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance with my hands above my head, and together forgive him before he's dead, because I won't cry for you, I won't crucify the things you do, I won't cry for you, see, when you're gonna still be Bloody Mary.
Now, her second show that I went to, it was right after she had to cancel Miami Night 3. Sorry. And she had just filmed the VMAs the night before. It wasn't live, y'all. Sorry to break it to you. And then the next night was my night, when right before the show, she was at the VMAs. They pushed it back. So usually the show starts at 8, well, 8:40-ish. That night, it didn't start until close to 10 p.m. So... Oh, also, mind you, getting in and out of the city, super easy. The first time, I really only got the hotel so that I could have somewhere to change and get ready. But I ended up leaving that night anyways. I didn't even stay in the hotel. I didn't get a hotel, canceled for the second show, and I just went to a parking garage nearby. I was literally 2 blocks away, got in at 9. I parked my car around 9 p.m. Show started 9:30. I knew it would be a little later, knowing Gaga. And I just walked over. And then after the show, got my car, and I was out of there in like 10 minutes. It really was not bad at all. So if you have a show at MSG, you will be able to get in and out quickly if you do. Don't do the Madison Square Garden parking. Don't do that. The traffic is freaking terrible. Find a garage that's like 3 or 4 blocks away, and you'll be in and out so easily. And then it goes into Abracadabra, which, oh!
Dance or die.
Not my favorite song off the album, like that and Disease, but seeing them live is just so much fun. And ooh, the bass, the beat, just how amped everyone gets. It's such a fun part of the show, and all the fire as well. It's just, And then it goes into Judas, which love, and Aura. But the transition from Judas to Aura, holy shit. You guys, there's so many good, parts of this show. Listen, if you weren't able to get tickets this time, there's always next year. She's going on tour again with it. So, I don't know as though I'm gonna. I don't know. But... yeah, we'll see. And then it goes into Shaisa. Now, Shaisa, love. We're very much kind of pushing through a narrative of like fighting, even with like Abracadabra, the dance till you die, like fighting for your life. And it feels like we're moseying on into that. We're seeing the conflict between like Gaga and Mother Mayhem. I think Mother Mayhem is just kind of like a stand-in for like this Gaga that we think of.
Hello, New York. Let's fuck it up tonight. Ik zweef in Oosterbeekler, het soort meer monster. Alles wie houdt je niet vlakken, wie kan wie hoesgebouwd bear. We zitten Oosterbeekler. Where's all my girls audience tonight? Let me hear you yell. Let's go. Ik zweef in Oosterbeekler, het soort meer monster. Alles wie houdt je niet vlakken, wie kan wie hoesgebouwd bear. We zitten Oosterbeekler, het soort meer monster. Alles wie houdt je niet vlakken, girl, I wish you be glad. I'll take you out tonight and whatever you like. Shines up, be mine, shines up, mine. Put on the shorts tonight, do whatever you like. Shines up, be mine, shines up, mine. But I can if you like. But I can if you like. I'll share the bed on a single bed. I'll draw a star from the shade. I'll share the bed on a single bed. I'll draw a star on the shores again.
Then there's a little bit of a break, just a bit, and it goes into Garden of Eden. Now, all the like smoke and green lights visuals, so fun.
Come on, New York, let's turn up. Go get your friends and meet me on the floor. You out of candy, I can get you more. You start to slurring and I start to squeal. I'm falling over in my 9-inch heels. Come on, so hit the lights. Come on and hit me, come on. DJ, come on. So hit the lights. Come on and hit me, come on. Hands up. I could be your girlfriend for the weekend. You could be my boyfriend for the night. My excuse to make a bad decision. Bodies getting close under the lights.
And Gaga is on the guitar as well for Garden of Eden. She does a lot of musical instruments in this show, which I also love. We get to see her talent.
I could be your girlfriend for the weekend. You could be my boyfriend for the night. My excuse to make a bad decision. Bodies getting close under the lights. I'll set to take you to the Garden of Eden. I'll set to take you to the Garden of Eden. I'll set to take you to the Garden of Eden. I'll set to take you to the Garden of Eden. Welcome to the Opera House, New York City. This is your fucking house!
What are you doing here in my house?
And then comes Poker Face. It's the same kind of like shtick that she had during the Coachella performance.
I want to hear every word to this song. On the top, on the sides, in the back. I want to see all of your hands up. I want now all the like they do in Texas, please. Hold the never hit me, raise it, baby, stay with me. Now get into it, champagne, and all the space to start. And after he's been hooked, I'll play the one that's on his heart.
And again, it's that battle, like which version of Gaga is going to come out on top. And it goes into the Off With Her Head outro.
Off with her head.
And then after Poker Face, it goes into a Gesaffelstein. I think I'm Gesaffelstein. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. He's a DJ. Goes into a remix of Abracadabra. And that's with the ballroom battle. So, you know, they're dancing, voguing on stage. We also have some great dancing by Gaga's dancers. All of them are absolutely incredible, very interactive with the crowd too. Like, you're all just kind of there to have a great time, even though they're at work. But Michael specifically. I don't know his last name, but he used to be a little monster, became one of her dancers. So cool. He, puts his all into it every single show. You literally see the sweat flying off of him. Well, all of them, but him specifically during the pirouettes. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's such a fun show. Please, if you get the chance to go see it, please do, because it's not just about Gaga. Like, her shows are a celebration of life, of queerness, and it's just so much fun. This is also kind of like going into the more rock portion of the show. If you've never been to a Gaga concert, I know she's pop, but you're going to be at a rock concert. All of her music is done live with live band, so you have electric guitars, you have the drums and everything. Like, it all just plays into it, and her classic rock kind of upbringing really shows during those moments as well. I love a Gaga show. It really is. It's a rock concert. Then it goes into Act 2, and she fell into a gothic dream. This is when we get at the Sandbox for Perfect Celebrity. Which is a really fun kind of moment for everyone. Like, you're all there in that moment watching the screen as well, because you can't really see her in the Sandbox. We were able to see a little bit the second show because I was closer to the main stage, but you're mainly just watching the screen. But that's also kind of like a equalizer for the show, you know? Jenna Ortega actually talked about it. She was at this show that I went to first night in New York, and how that's such a unifying moment for the entire arena. Doesn't matter what seat you have, you're all getting the exact same show. Plus, the second night, it was so cool seeing her in the box with her VMAs that she just won. And like announcing she won another one. It was just such a fun night. And then it goes into Disease, which is also in the Sandbox. And that is like, again, that inner struggle or fight between Gaga and Gaga, you know? Then there's a little bit of a break and we go into Paparazzi. Now this rendition with her making her way down the catwalk, yeah, she makes her way down the catwalk in crutches. It really feels kind of like a dedication to the audience, the fan base that got her to where she is. And this is such a symbolic moment in the show for me. And I think it's also kind of like the beginning of the love letter that Gaga writes to the queer community in this show. when she reaches the end of the runway and she tosses the crutches, she no longer needs that kind of support. She has the full support of the queer community behind her. And that's what gives her strength. That's what pushes her, you know? And each show during that moment, I just cried. Like, I've said it before, I don't do like Pride or all that. My Pride event is a Gaga concert. And then we kind of just go into like a quick run through of Love Game.
Take a ride, put your hands up, put your hands up. Wanna kiss you, but if I do not, I miss you, baby. I'm rolling with red, addicted for some every touch of that. You indicated your interest, educated consensus. Now I want it back, I'm afraid.
Which, just classic Gaga. Alejandra, which she does from a balcony.
I know that we are young and I know that you love me, but I just can't be with you like this anymore. Alejandro. Don't go my name, don't go my name. Alejandro, I'm not your babe, I'm not your babe. Fernando, don't wanna kiss, don't wanna touch, just smoke my cigarette and hug. Don't go my name, don't know my name. Roberto, come on, hands up.
And I loved that it felt so Romeo and Juliet and very romantic. Her singing from Up Above Down to All of Us.
I fell asleep a long time ago and I fell into a dream that was filled with monsters. And today's one of the best days I could ever imagine. You made that dream come true. Thank you so much. I don't ever want to wake up from this dream. Will you sleep with me?
And then it goes into The Beast.
I touch your face 'cause I see anymore right there. I see you shivering when your eyes are red, your soul is gone. You're out of breath, tick tock, you're almost out of time. Yeah.
I also love the faces she was making. I couldn't notice if she was making them the first night in New York, but the last night, we kept making eye contact so much, and she was just making like the weird, gooniest fucking faces. I love her.
Girls are scared of you and legend in your neighborhood. Last week you left somebody dead, so misunderstood. You got your hands in there, TikTok, you're out of time. Oh yeah, you can't hide who you are. I live in fear tonight. Your heart's racing and running, and we both know why.
it is once again Gaga on the guitar. Now, I do love this song. Sorry. Justice for the Beast. And it has such a sultry, fun kind of vibe to it, you know? That's when we go into Act 3. The beautiful nightmare that knows her name. And this one is very much kind of like the scary portion of the show, or I would say the Wednesday portion of the show. Because, like, when she comes out and does Kill a Zombie Boy, like, it's obvious. It's obvious it's kind of for Wednesday, the Netflix series, and kind of playing into all that, which I'm okay with. I know it's not maybe necessarily Gaga's full artistic vision for this, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Those are my favorite songs on the album too, so. But yeah, so it goes into Killa. and Zombie Boy, which are so much fun. Love Drug, another absolutely freaking great song. Okay, like Mayhem as an album, I don't think it's her greatest album, but it's one of the ones that like conceptually as a whole works the best. And then it goes into Applause and Just Dance. Now, I love those songs, obviously. Just Dance is what started the craze for Gaga for me. But Applause, I did find it interesting. That was the loudest applause of the night at each show is when that song started. I'm like, really? Okay. confused. The first night, everyone was so into it. Like, you guys, the whole floor was just bouncing and shaking. I know it's supposed to do that. Like, you don't want it rigid, but I was standing there like, ooh. The whole floor bouncing up and down. The second show, it was much, much tamer. I would say the pit was not, it wasn't even the pit. The floor was not as hyped. Of course, it was at nearly 10 o'clock at night. Most of us were fucking tired. But if you want to see Gaga at her fullest, a night one in New York City on any tour, it's going to be the show to go to. Sorry.
What am I, a little girl? You gonna tell the mistress? You can tell the mistress that I love her fucking nightmare. You can tell the mistress I love the torture. I love this dream. Oh.
And then we kind of get like a little Born This Way ball throwback with the eyeball and Wake Her Up interlude. It very much feels like, what was it called? GOAT, government agency up in space, whatever. And that is where Act 4 is introduced. Every chessboard has two queens. It's almost like this acceptance of a duality of power, that you can't be in control or in charge all the time. Sometimes you have to let that other side come out. And she performed Shadow of a Man at that point, which is very obviously like Michael Jackson inspired, even down to the outfit, the choreo, how she sings the song. Like, it's clearly a reference to Michael Jackson.
Leon, thank you for believing in me my whole life. Thank you for raising me right. We love you so much. I hope you dance the night away. 'Cause I won't be used for my love and left out to cry. Sing it. I don't wanna be in the darkness tonight. Show me the light. I wanna be the one to fall on the light. Don't go for light. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. One day I swear I'll baby jump on your wing on the light.
Then it goes into Kill for Love, which is a unreleased. It's released now. I think you can listen to it now on Spotify. But before it was just a vinyl exclusive. It's a good song. It is. So I'm glad that it's on streaming now. And she performed Summer Boy.
We're having a good time with you, that's right. Nowhere, yeah, we're going nowhere fast. Baby, this time I'll be yours, you'll be mine.
Love that song. Oh, one of the best songs off of Fame. Fight me about it. And it's Gaga again on the guitar. The sultriness of this one is so fun. It reminds me of like a A24 kind of like film, almost like Vampire Orgy-esque. Like it's just everyone on stage looking sweaty as fuck in that red light. Like it's just so sensual, you know?
Come on, put your hands up. Let's get home. Someone else we can be alone. Get down, going home. Don't be sad when the sun goes down. You wake up and I'm not around. About to go.
And then, of course, Born This Way. It wouldn't be a Gaga concert without Born This Way. That's another song that always just like makes me cry watching it live.
Where's the queer community in the audience tonight? Just in case you were wondering, we made this whole show with you in our heart. I hope you know that. You felt it! Come on! The inspiration of your pride, your love, your freedom, the way you love, because you lead the way, New York. Come on!
Doesn't matter if you love him.
Put your hands up!
Born this way, baby.
So before she gets to the piano, the way that she makes her way down there, very Phantom of the Opera, loved. She performs kind of like a split thing of Million Reasons and Shallow. Shallow, she performs from the boat that gets dragged, literally, by the poor stagehands.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself. Tell me something more. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? Oh, I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself. I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never bleed around. Crash to the surface where they can't hurt us. We'll fall from the shadow.
And that's just like a super fun one. She's really close and really interacting with the audience, really looking to them.
Watch as I dive in. I'll never leave the ground.
once she makes it down to the end of the catwalk, it's Die With a Smile, one of her newer ballads, I guess. It's a good song.
Will you sing along with me? I just woke up from a dream when you and I never say goodbye. I don't know what it all means, but since I survived, I realized, come on, wherever you go, that's where I'll follow. Nobody's promised tomorrow, so I'ma love you every night, like it's the last night, like it's the last night. If no New York. I know that it's me standing up here, but you're all standing up here with me. You know what I'm saying? I feel so honored to be here tonight at Madison Square Garden. So many great artists have played here. So many before me, and so many audience members got to come here and smile and be here for one reason, and that's music and community. You know, I used to have all these ways of thinking about how I should be as an artist. That I had to come out on stage and just be like a badass all night. But you all have touched my heart for almost 20 years, and every time I come out here and say this to you, I fall right apart. We all have our ups and our downs, we have our high highs and our low lows. And I just appreciate so much that you've been on all of mine with me. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I hope you know that even though I don't know each and every one of you in person, I try to through my music. I really try to touch your heart in any way that I can. I think about my life stories and how I can give them to you and make them part of yours, how I can be a mirror and a reflection. It's the community that you showed me, the kind of artist that I wanted to be. Thank you. Thank you also for coming to a later show tonight so that I could go accept my award. Thank you so much. And to my Michael, I love you so much. I can't do this without you. I love you so much. We all need somebody. We can't do this by ourselves. I'm sure you can tell when you listen to the music that I'm from here. Everything about my artistry, I think, was born in this town. And I lived here my entire life until I went off to pursue my dreams. But my dreams started here. when I come back to play here, I think about walking on the concrete and going all around the city and just, I remember fighting really hard for my dreams and what I believed in and for myself. I said, I think I might just fight my way through this whole show, because when I'm in New York, I fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get so, like, I gotta earn it and I gotta go for it. But she said something really special to me. She said, sometimes you don't have to fight, you just have to show up. And then right before I came on stage, my fiance Michael said, he said, when you go out there, let them fill you up. And I knew he was right, and I knew you would. Because I knew you would, I prepared something special tonight. This is a song that I wrote for an album that's very special to me. An album that I'm sure all of my albums could not be made without New York, but I am sure that this album would not have been made without New York. This is for all of you, and for all your dreams, and for maybe sometimes no more fighting and just showing up.
And then the surprise song came right after that. Now, night one, it was Hair. And this was actually, fun fact, this was the first time since 2013 that she performed Hair in its entirety on the piano. So it definitely felt special. That too, of course, made me cry.
Whenever I'm dressed cool, and if I'm a hot shot, no, I'll cut my hair at night. And in the morning, I'm short of my identity. I scream, Mom and Dad, why can't I be who I wanna be? Too bad.
Because that song just like means so much to me. It got me through some of the darkest moments in like high school. I think I was in middle school, right as Born This Way was coming out, going into like, no, I was in high school. So those high school years, you know.
I just wanna be myself, and I want you to love me for who I am. I let her know this is my prayer, that I'll die living just as free as my hair. I let her know this is my prayer, that I'll die living just as free as my New York hair. I'm just you.
it was Edge of Glory, and she performed that specifically for her family, so that was an emotional one as well.
This song reminds me so much of my family, and I'd like to sing it from my family and to my Michael and to all of you tonight in New York City. This came straight from my New York heart when I wrote it, I'll tell you. There ain't a reason you and me should be alone tonight.
But I was surprised that she even did like an extra song with how she was feeling. Her voice definitely wasn't there as much the second night. Like, basics wise, she was singing everything incredible, but like the screaming and stuff, the fun kind of extra stuff that she does, it wasn't there as much the second night. And then it goes into Vanish Into You, which is where she walks around the stage. She does a barricade walk. She hasn't really been interacting with the fans as much during that anymore. I know some stuff happened at other US shows. If you pay attention, she interacts with her US fans a lot less, which, hey, acceptable. If we ain't gonna act right, we don't get it. I hear ya. But like, someone pinched her like a week or so before the New York shows, and that just kind of like, unfortunately, it ruins it. Same shit happened during Born This Way Ball, dude. She used to be so open and so inviting with her fans, and then people, you know, abused that. Now, also, unfortunately, night one in New York, I was supposed to be barricade. I bought barricade tickets. However, Madison Square Garden had a different, you know, idea for that. They ended up selling more tickets later down the line. They don't release them all right when the pre-sale happens or the regular sale happens. They're not all released. They'll hold some until just a couple weeks even before the concert. Well, that's what they did, but they added more seats in front of mine. I wasn't the only one that expected to be front in that aisle, you know, the girl sitting next to me, and then even the girl sitting next to her bought tickets expecting to be front. So we talked to a customer service person, better believe that. And then that is when it goes into the finale, the eternal aria of the Monster Heart.
I'm a monster. Yes, you're a monster. We are monsters. And monsters never die.
And she comes out performing Bad Romance. It's like Plague Doctors kind of vibe. It's fun. She always, well, except for Chromatica Ball, she usually always ends with Bad Romance. It's one of her biggest songs, so like it makes sense. But the encore, actually, and now this is one of my favorite closers as well. It feels so personal and intimate with her.
How bad do you want me? You're not looking like that sheets. You're afraid that she might think get too close, she might tell. How bad do you want me?
The encore was How Bad Do You Want Me?
You know exactly what we do. How bad do you want to?
That song is just so fun, but at the same time, like, carries a really strong message of, like, how much do you want this Gaga and what is your perception of her? Like, asking the audience almost to question how they themselves view her and reminding us that, like, hey, I'm normal too. And then, of course, after that, they do a bow. There's credits and everything. She does come back out for one last song. It's not sang though. It's just kind of like a dance party. You're dancing, having a good time with all of the dancers, with her, everyone else. The first night, it was Heavy Metal Lover.
Put your hands up!
Hair and Heavy Metal Lover. Oh, we won. New York night one. We won. And then the last show that she did in New York, it was Dead Dance. Which I'm a little salty about. So they got to see it performed live for the VMAs. They got almost an extra hour of Gaga when they filmed the VMAs on Saturday night. Because they had to film Abracadabra like 4 times. They filmed a couple other things multiple times. And then they filmed Dead Dance multiple times. We didn't get that. And she couldn't even be bothered to actually sing Dead Dance. Which is fine. I don't care for that song, to be honest. But it was fun. It was fun getting to like see it and her come out, and they did all the choreo and everything to the like TikTok dance, I guess. But yeah, and then I drove home and shot my Goobert. I saw my big baby. But yeah, so that was my Mayhem experience, you guys. Like I said, she did announce even more shows. I don't know if I'm going to do it. We'll see. But it was just such a great time. I always love getting to see her, and I love just getting to be around like-minded people who just want to have a good fucking time. Everyone at a Gaga concert is always so freaking friendly. I've never had a bad experience with any of the other monsters at these shows or anything like that. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for listening. This is probably going to be a real long video. I just love Gaga so much. Many of y'all know, like, she really was kind of a foundational figure for me at that young age, like 13, 14. There was no one around me saying it's okay for you to be the way that you are. Gaga was the first person to do that. So I just feel indebted to her, you know? Hi, big baby. But yeah, thank you guys so much. With all y'all's support and everything, like, you are the ones that make it possible for me to do this, for me to take care of Goober, to go out and make content for y'all. Like, it's all because of you guys. So I deeply, deeply thank y'all, and I appreciate you guys so, so much. Hope everyone's having a wonderful week once again, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Take care. You want to say bye? Or you just going to keep being annoying? Yeah, you. All right.